Hello and welcome back to the Flat Chat podcast. As you can see, there's only 3 of us here, but we'll get into that in a minute because we're going to tell you what we're going to be doing. And today we are going to be doing blind tier lists. Okay? But of course, this is always powered by Toffskis and of course Lunch Glasgow. So make sure you're checking them out. Absolutely quality scran, as Jacob will tell you.
Aaron went last week as well.
Yeah, but we have to just make this joke that you're there every week.
Yeah, exactly. You live like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
And Aaron's still been almost a
So, blind tier lists. Well, Heggie is obviously not here, as we can see. He is working. He wants that money. He wants to pack it. Fair play to him.
I get that. But he's left us with some homework. Apparently.
He has, yeah. So, this was meant to be my idea. It was meant to be blind tier lists. And it's just going to be 10 players or 10 things given to you to do with football. And we then blindly have to...
that wee rat, rodent, Heggie, done us in here and like deliberately done an order to make us look stupid.
Yeah. Now, before we get into that, he's already had a go at me about it because he's put it into a random number generator.
Did you watch it?
I was going to say, I need to see witness statements. I need to see...
To be fair, he said that Aaron's going from here. He said to Aaron, "Now you'll be alright, it'll be the other 2 that'll take the piss out of me." And yeah, we are.
I'm joining in.
No. Heggie has given us blind tier list to do, 4 of them, obviously to do with football. We'll click through it, we'll try and make an order, have a wee discussion about it, and go from there. But before we get into that, how are we checking with the boys? How have you enjoyed your weekend of football, Jacob?
So, Thornley Thistle finally won a game of football.
Football team. It's your team, yeah.
We won the cup, happy days. Rangers won, and that's it. That's only teams I like.
So Everton didn't play. They didn't play Arsenal, did they?
They didn't play this week.
It was a bore of a game, wasn't it?
We did a watch along. Comment if you were one of the guys watching along.
And thank you for watching.
Yes. It was dreadful, and I'm sorry. But that is actually just how we play.
Horrible, absolutely horrific.
We didn't create a thing.
We had about 80% of the ball. We didn't do too much.
You didn't do much actually.
No, but you defended
Beckford made a couple of saves.
Yeah.
That's it. I really feel nothing happened.
Well, there you go. Aaron, we'll come to you. What was your weekend like?
My weekend of football went very well. Of course, Celtic won 3-0 at Dundee. Was there, had a very good time. Also came here, had a lovely time in tonight's recording session, which you will see coming up.
Oh, spoilers!
He's teasing you. Wee bit of a teaser there for you. Did the watch along with these guys. I'm happy with my weekend.
Good stuff.
Football, very happy.
Arsenal won. Enough said.
Exactly.
We'll get on to our first one. Okay.
Just quickly, subscribe if you haven't done so. At least give me something cheerful.
Yeah. What do you mean? Follow my Thistle one. You should be ecstatic.
Make sure you are subscribing.
Of course.
On all platforms we do, because we do a lot of content.
Spotify, Apple
Music,
Insta, YouTube,
TikTok,
Twitter,
and now Cameo.
Yeah, Threads too.
And Threads is there. But yes, we are now on Cameo at the Flat Chat. If you want to get us to send some messages to your parents, your sister, your dog, then
you struggled with it a wee bit, Calum, trying to sort it.
Yeah, so this whole Cameo business, not for me. You know what? Technology, not for me. That's it.
Done. 75 years old.
Well, let's see if we can work a laptop, and we'll get on to our number 1 list. Calum, What is the list?
So, first list we're going to be doing, boys. It's Premier League fullbacks. Now, as I said, Heggie is the one that sent us this, so I also am in the dark. I have no idea what's coming next either.
That old chestnut as well. He knows.
They live together.
So, Premier League fullbacks, and our first player, let's see who we've got. Andy Robertson.
Oh, bother.
So, I may be slightly biased here, as I am a massive Scotland fan, as we know. But I actually would like to put him as number 1.
Aaron, you don't seem too sure about that.
I wouldn't say 1. I also wouldn't say some of the shouts I've said in some of the TikToks. If you've not seen it, then go watch it.
I actually don't know what he's talking about.
Aaron thought that Robertson was a 71 out of 100.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
That's still an A mark. If you're looking at it exam wise,
Robertson's not a 7 out of 10.
Do you think that he's 1?
I don't. No, I don't.
Because I don't either.
I don't believe you.
No.
I don't believe you.
You overrate if you're thinking of a certain Chelsea fullback.
I'm thinking Zinchenko, Ben White. No.
Now, if Heggie was here, he'd probably be saying, "You strange."
I just think he's got everything to his game.
I do not quite. Have you heard what Oxlade Chamberlain said about him recently? He said he's the worst player in a rondo. Genuinely, ability horrible on the floor.
Oh my god!
But he's an incredibly good fullback.
I'm
telling you right now, there's other players there that I know are not going behind him. I think 2 or 3.
In fairness to Andy Robertson, says the world class player Alex Oxlade.
Yeah, I cannot believe it. I may as well talk about Lionel Messi.
Oh, Chamberlain was a good player.
Good. To be fair, Robertson's great.
Robertson is great. I
would put him 2 on this.
I'm happy to go for 2. I'm happy for 2.
It's 2 of you. I'm not going to be someone that argues it. But I'll be very interested. There's one that I would maybe accept.
Yeah, there is one that I'm thinking
and
of.
I'll keep it quiet
We'll
until
see
it
if he's
comes.
here. We'll see if he's here. So Robertson, number 2.
Next player. There he is.
That's
Kyle Walker.
There he is, Kyle Walker.
And he is 1.
I'll accept that.
Heggie has not been a rat because
I actually think Man City have made them better, but also ruined them. And let me tell you why. By ruined them, I mean he has lost so much of his excitement. The amount of times, and this is again recency bias. I was at the Scotland games. He had nobody near him, and he would turn back, play it back to Lewis Dunk, rather than he's the fastest player in the pitch.
That says more
he
about...
never runs at anybody ever anymore.
That says more about Scotland's performance that night than it does.
No, it doesn't. I think he doesn't ever run at people.
I was watching that Walker performance and thinking this guy has been elevated by Pep. Look at the cross balls that he was playing as well. He was excellent. Absolutely excellent. He's been so upgraded by Pep in so many ways.
Defensively, 100%.
I don't care too much about a marauding fullback. I want a fullback. He is not going to get beaten by players.
Exactly. He could start 10-15 yards behind the player and outpace him.
Dealt with Mbappe. He's dealt with Vinny Jr. The only player that he's maybe struggled with a wee bit is Martinelli. But that's it.
I love that.
That's 2, and at 3 we get a jab each.
Get Kyle Walker number 1.
Yeah, Walker's one.
Walker's one.
As much as it doesn't like me to put an English player over a Scottish player,
it has to be done. We're not going to lie here. We're not lying here.
We're not going to lie.
Next player, Ben Chilwell.
Okay, immediately he's low down. I think.
No way. Then the top 2. Where else could he go?
You can't.
He's low than 3.
I think Ben Chilwell's overrated.
Do you know? I don't think he's overrated, but I think because of his injury issues, he's massively marked down because of it. Because he's just not there, and we don't see enough of him.
I just saw England fans saying they would rather him over Robertson.
Yeah, but they'd also rather Shaw over Robertson as well. Like, there's a lot of things they say that.
Yeah, but Shaw's closer at least.
Yeah,
Shaw's at least a debate.
I'd agree with
Chilwell's not a debate.
Chilwell is not a debate. Chilwell is not in my top 5.
Can I tell you straight where I'm looking? 7 or 8?
Yeah, happy with that.
Seven's probably where I'd like
7
the best.
I'm liking.
7's.
I was worried you were going to go higher.
No,
I see.
6 at a very big push.
What are you saying? 6, 7, or 8?
I'm saying 7.
7.
Sorted.
7. We're happy with 7. No more to be said on Chilwell.
No, he's decent.
He is decent.
He's also ruined my fantasy team, so good on you, Chilwell.
He's also incredibly good in fantasy though, when he's playing in that 5-back and he's playing out wide.
He basically plays a left winger. What's the point of playing a left back as a left winger? Because they play the left centre half, basically a left back. It's looking all tactical, but really you could have Mudryk or Sterling or an actual winger there.
Chilwell's better than Mudryk in the wing though. No one said anything. Well,
I was going to say, Mudryk's career was made off 2 games against Celtic, so I'm inclined to agree with this man.
Not seen enough.
Right, next one. Reece James, there he is. It's good, mate.
I'm saying, if I could put in an early shout here, I think Reece James is number 3.
Wrong. No, not having it.
I'm saying 3 or 4.
No, he's not 3. He's 100% not
4.
3.
I'm happy with 4.
I mean, I'm not gonna die over it. Like.
Let me think. He's definitely not 3. I've got a player in my head for 3. I'd honestly rather a certain other Englishman over him in 4th as well.
If you say Nathan Patterson over him, I will kill you.
English.
It's not Nathan Pat. He didn't even play for. Did he?
No,
play for Everton?
He won the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Ashley Young played over Nathan Patterson.
Garner then was close.
The offer still stands. I will kill him if you say that.
Jacob, give us your thoughts on Reece James here.
I think he's severely overrated.
Is that? No, I don't think he is.
No,
I think
when people think he is the best English right back, which is crazy.
He's better than Trent.
No chance.
He is.
At what?
Defending?
No.
Which is the whole point of being a fullback?
No,
they play 5 to try and help him.
It's such a difficult argument, that one, because Trent Alexander-Arnold is 100% a better footballer than
That's not even close.
But Reece James, I think, is a better fullback than him.
No.
I think
he doesn't even play at fullback. He plays at wing back to accommodate him.
But it's to accommodate the team.
Then.
He's played at centre back.
He plays in the position that is tactically suited to the Chelsea team that they want to play.
I think he's a 4.
I'll take 4. He's not 3.
I'm happy with that.
I wanted him 5. Let it be known.
But I think I'm saying 4 because of his injury issues.
I mean, I'm overruled, but I would personally put him 3. But I'm overruled.
Take him 4. Mine's because of the injuries, though, massively. That's why I've not got him 3. Yours is more just you don't like him, clearly. And you know what? I rate it to Chelsea.
He's that good.
Yes,
he is.
He's not. I just think Trent's way better than him.
When he's on his top form, he's got a run of games where he's not injured. That's the big thing. That's the big thing.
You can also argue the same for Trent.
I know. A fullback cannot be an on his day player.
No, but on his day because he has to be fit. That's why he's not 3. That's why he's not higher up.
That's definitely part of it.
Yeah.
It's not the only thing.
That's the big one for me. Anyway, next player. Ashley.
Oh, I did not read
what
that.
has he done?
See this?
You know
rat,
what?
man.
You know what, Heggie?
Rat.
He didn't want
No,
to
rat.
This is ratty.
We thought it was current.
Yeah, it's all been
wait,
cut.
wait.
You know what? That's outrageous from
he's 3.
We have been
Can I just-
hoodwinked,
can I just-
bamboozled, led astray,
You guys
run
are-
amok, and flat out deceived.
That's outrageous.
You aren't gonna like this. I would put him in 3.
No, he would. No, I'd put him over Robertson.
No, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. This is biased. See if you watch Ashley Cole play football.
Then you would have seen that at the time he was the best
You did
fullback
actually
in
watch
the
it.
world.
I'd say Robertson has been the best left back in the world. Ashley Cole going forward is just not amazing. Defensively phenomenal, but going forward, the amount of times I've watched clips of him where he tackles and then just clears it.
I would much rather my fullback be capable of defending.
But you
He
said
is a
Robertson
defender.
Robertson's the best. Like he's other than Walker, one of the best like cover defenders ever.
I genuinely,
very
obviously
good.
you would think Cole's top, but I'm happy with him 3rd. I'm not happy with Heggie being a rat.
I'm not particularly happy with him 3rd. I'd rather him 2nd tier, or maybe even 1st. But
No.
he's top 3 here.
He's never top 3.
I don't know how
I
Heggie's
think
put him in
3
there.
are miles ahead of the rest so far.
Basically, what we need to agree on with this is not necessarily the position, is that Heggie's a rat.
To be fair, he's actually done his though.
Yeah.
He's pretended like, it's a nice wee list. I've done it
And
random,
put it in
and then
there.
he's completely changed it. It's not even the same list anymore. It's completely done his.
Who else is here?
But this is how we have to go. I like that he's done that. That's caught us off guard.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Right,
it.
ready?
Yeah.
Patrick. Yeah. Okay. Patrick's Evra. It'd be nice to put him in 2nd or something. Though,
I was
wouldn't
going to say he's 5 or 6.
it? Yeah, he's 5 here.
Yeah, he's
I
5.
think,
I think he's 5.
it's 5. I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of better fullbacks than him. There's probably not that many.
No.
The 4 in front of him.
I think.
Is he better than a young Scouse lad?
Oh, Trent.
I think he is.
Oh, I forgot about him. And we think he's going to be in there.
I
He's
think-
surely got to be in there.
I would rather because I prefer just watching.
I think
watch
Trent.
watching
I think Evra's 6.
Do you want Evra 6?
I mean, I'm not going to argue too much, so
Yeah.
I put every 6.
Evra 6.
He's better than Chilwell. That's
I'm not.
I think Chilwell's now too high.
It's definitely too high. I
didn't
said at
realise.
the time for 8.
But we didn't know what Cole.
I didn't know either.
I didn't know.
I mean,
Right.
realistically, we know where 5's going to
Yeah. Right.
There
There he is. Yeah.
You can pop him in.
Get Trent in there.
TAA. They're going to somehow come up with someone and we're going to look like fools. I can't think who, but we're going to look like fools.
I was going to say,
as long as we're prepared to look like
Dennis
fools.
Irwin.
well, let's see who's next. Zabaleta. Yeah, that's
Again,
He's bottom 3 of this list.
I'm
Potentially better than Chilwell,
yeah.
but it's hard to compare.
I'd probably put him. Yeah.
I would have had him
Before
7th.
5 years ago, if you were saying who are the best fullbacks ever in Prem, Zabaleta was potentially top 5.
Yeah.
Because I think right backs was a struggle
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, because really, other than Zabaleta before that, we'd had Ivanovic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And in that time, Walker's
Cole.
now overtaken him for sure.
Yeah.
Robertson's there. Trent's there.
I
James is
think
there.
Zabaleta's maybe 9.
I'm happy to go Zabaleta 9.
You just want a bit of leeway to put. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with
You know
that.
what? We need the leeway after the order of this list.
Chilwell's really annoying me now though.
Right. Okay. Next up is Branislav
Oh.
Ivanovic.
I rate him higher.
8.
Yeah.
I would take- yeah,
I
I'd
rate him
have
higher.
him
I rate him higher than Chilwell.
I still feel
Yeah.
for him. He, similar to Aaron in tonight's YouTube, had tears in his eyes when Jeff Shrees told him he wasn't playing in the Champions League final.
I was going to say, and if you want to watch that, go check it out. And like, and
I feel
subscribe.
sorry for him there.
He's been hard done by.
That hurts a wee bit, doesn't it?
Really
Even
does.
listening to that.
Oh,
Here's one for you. Obviously, we do agree that Ivanovic, in our minds, probably
Should be
would be
higher.
higher than Chilwell. Is he higher than Evra?
I think that's comparable.
Obviously, we've got him in 8.
very different.
Yeah.
Ivanovic could play as a centre half, whereas
Yeah,
Evra was, and
yeah.
Evra was probably better at football.
Typical fullback.
Ivanovic was kind of clutch though. He scored big goals as well.
Definitely.
I'd say that's about fair. You could
Yeah.
really go.
I reckon
either
Chelsea
or,
fans say
yeah.
Ivanovic, Man U say Evra.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that
it's one of those
close,
ones, it's really
that
tough.
close. So anyway, last name on the list, we know he's going to be number 10. Is Gary Neville.
You know what?
You know what? I respect
In
it.
footballing ability, maybe he is. Maybe he is last.
I was going to say,
But-
realistically, he'd be above Zabaleta at minimum.
Honestly, the fact that he's claimed this is all random number generating, the first 5 are currently playing, the last 5 aren't, is outrageous, Heggie, alright?
Yeah, actually, you're right. You're so right. You're
You're
right. That is what we are.
Oh, please, I don't want to hear any moaning. Well, you're getting it.
You're getting another 40 minutes of moaning.
I can't believe that, but you know what? We'll read out the list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Starting from 10, the worst fullback in our list, Gary Neville, of course.
I can't believe
In
it.
9th is Pablo Zabaleta. In 8th is Branislav Ivanovic. In 7th is Ben Chilwell. In 6th, Patrice Evra. In 5th, Trent Alexander-Arnold. In 4th, Reece James. In 3rd, Ashley Cole. 2nd, Andy Robertson. And of course, 1st, Kyle Walker.
Please redirect all hate mail to Thomas Heggie at flatchatbusiness.com. flatchatbusiness@gmail.com.
There you go.
Be strict in your hate.
Not particularly happy with the list. There's a
I'm
few
not
that
happy.
I actually quite like the list. It's not perfect.
it's 8, 9, and 10 should really be mixed in amongst the rest.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part,
Would you say that's the
solid.
10 best fullbacks ever?
I'd say that's
Well,
probably
the Premier League.
Yeah,
I mean that we've seen.
It's mental. James just hasn't done enough for me.
No,
Either.
Reece James shouldn't be fourth now.
Yeah, it should be fourth.
We'll agree with you there,
Yeah.
but we didn't know.
No, of course we didn't know.
Yeah. Right. Next category.
It's random
Ah,
object.
He sent us a random generator proof. List randomizer.
You're not seeing that, so we're going to say that didn't happen, and yet he's still a rat, and we'll
He's
move on.
actually
to the next list.
he's done his homework. He's done it. He's shown it.
Callum,
He's shown his work.
Callum, you could have had it being that because the viewers don't see it. It didn't happen, and we can
Doesn't
still
matter.
True. Right. Well, we're on to list 2. When I rub that out, Jacob.
Yeah.
We're on to derbies.
So-
So I like this one.
Our derbies. Yep, you're right. Derbies is our next one. This is going to be very interesting.
County. Who else?
That's it.
Can we kick him out just be us two, Callum?
I can't believe you said that. So we're going for derbies. I'm assuming this is just the biggest ones.
Could you name
Hopefully.
10 off the top of your head?
Yeah.
I can name 10.
Yeah.
No,
We're going to see here.
Yeah. Sorted. Number 1.
Number
surely
1.
it's going to be... No, it's
The
not.
NLD.
The Northlands.
It's probably the most exciting to watch in terms of like, but it's
Recently.
not. But
No,
it's,
yeah.
but it's not the biggest.
It's not the
It's
biggest
not
part.
the biggest.
No.
I'm looking straight away 4-5,
Yeah.
and that's me as an Arsenal fan saying
Oh,
that.
I think 4's too high.
Think 5 then.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Oh,
I'd have rated it a bit higher than that, but I think it would have been...
No,
If
it's
you-
not just UK.
if you're thinking 5 or 6, I'm thinking 4 or 5. He's thinking slightly higher. 5.
Oh, 5.
That was to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, actually that works.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't want to mess about too much and try and use my bias. I
Yeah.
think it is probably the most exciting to watch, but
But
it's
I
how
think
big
it
it
helps
is.
as well for
I just think
you.
our bigger game is really as Man United. Like it's
Right,
and that's our derby. Our rivalry is United.
So number 5 is the North London derby. Next
Yeah.
one up is the Tyne and Weir derby.
Now,
Newcastle Sunderland.
Remember this
I
one?
weirdly used to always love it, and
Yeah.
I felt these games were really good.
They were
very
filthy.
heated.
But it's not about how good were the most recent games, it's how big is the derby. It doesn't help that Newcastle are now miles ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a bigger club. I think Sunderland are a bigger club. But I think they're miles ahead with their money.
Do you know what this derby reminds me of? Or do you know what I call this? The Jack Colback derby. Played for both. He's the sort of player that you just could see playing for both teams at the time as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's a piss
He did
player.
actually
Not
play
great.
45 for each one of the games, I'm sure.
Oh, was that his testimonial?
I'm thinking 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not 10. That's harsh.
I'm thinking 8.
I was like 9.
I was thinking 9.
Okay.
I'm
2
thinking
2 1 says 9.
Newcastle, Sunderland.
So Tyne and Weir gets...
There we go.
So up next, there's surely one in here that we must know. But it's Man United Liverpool. This was the biggest game in the league on its day.
Yeah, it was, but not because they've never really competed though. Like,
no,
at
Man
the
U were
top.
miles ahead for ages, then Liverpool had a wee bit. They've actually not.
It's not really like...
been,
It's the two biggest
in our life, I mean.
two biggest English clubs playing each other.
There's no this. They are.
20 titles.
But that's
20
why.
titles played 19.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
why this is so big. But it's higher than the NLD.
Is it?
I
Is
think-
it a derby? It's not a derby.
Man United Liverpool though.
It's a rivalry though.
I just don't like it.
It's-
I think you're right. I think it is 4th.
Yeah, out of the games here, I'm saying 4.
I can think of so many bigger. I think we've put this one too high.
Think so? Well, we've done it.
Yeah, of course
We've done it.
Do you want it 4th then, or do you want it 6th?
No.
Because
It's
you
surely- it's
You
surely-
think this is bigger, don't you?
what?
You think this game is bigger than North London Derby?
This is
bigger,
bigger, but
that's
it means more.
That's always meaning more than that. Other than that last season, one of them got beaten 7-0 by the other.
That's very true.
Like,
I'm still gonna.
I'm happy with 4.
I'll take 4.
Happy with 4.
Okay.
Just ahead of the NLD here.
United Liverpool.
Because
Sorry.
there's a few in there I'm excited to see.
Next up is this is down the bottom.
It's 10.
It's 10.
It's 10.
Liverpool Everton.
It's the friendly
There's-
derby.
I was going to say
It's the most red cards in Premier League history.
it's
this
also
match.
between two most mismatched teams so far on this list.
It's, you know what? It's not 10.
definitely
'Cause
not
I'd have it
10.
above Newcastle Sunderland, to be fair. I was just doing that to bang it up.
I
It is
don't-
quite low.
I don't think so.
It is fairly low though, because it isn't.
the maximum I give that.
You've never competed in our time. Like, go back to the 80s maybe to do it. You haven't competed. One's just so much better than the other. You've sat together as well. It's much further
You've had a
back.
couple of like solid results and
Yeah.
I'm waiting on a sea of Liverpool wins.
I think the only reason that you've got Liverpool Everton over Newcastle Sunderland is because of the size of the clubs.
That does come.
Both Liverpool Everton are bigger than Newcastle Sunderland.
That does come at
But they definitely are. Let's not have that.
The Newcastle Everton debate is hilarious.
They've not won a trophy since like 60 something.
And when was the last
We've
time
not
you
got 40
did?
points in 20 years.
They were in the Championship about 4 years ago.
You'll be next year.
I will be promoted.
It's Leeds he's talking about.
Yeah,
So I think I'm happy with 8 then.
I'll go 8. Because of the size of the clubs. I think the size of the clubs has to.
Merseyside derby.
Yeah. You're not opposite the hat. Where would you, if you were by yourself, where would you like to play?
I think 8's fair.
You think that's fair?
Okay. I think if he stays in England only, which
I doubt
it's Heggie, if the next 5
Oh no, he's got to change. They've got to be.
I doubt.
Random. I think if it's just England, it definitely moves up.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one
There we
is
go.
El Clasico. Real Madrid Barcelona.
It's number 1. It is number 1.
For years, it was the game I'd looked forward to most. It wasn't including
because
any parties.
it was Messi and
I think Messi Ronaldo made it bigger.
Yeah, I would say yes. I would agree with that. It's the biggest by far. It's
But
not the most.
I
hostile though.
haven't watched it for a couple of years.
yeah,
Agreed.
I was going to say, but obviously back then, with Messi and Ronaldo, it was the biggest game in world
Yeah.
football.
That was the biggest game.
I think it just has to be. It's El Clasico. Come on,
It's the best
and
name
you know
as
what?
well.
It is the 2 biggest clubs on the planet. I think Man United is the only one that comes close to that, to breaking that 2 up.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I think it is.
Fair enough.
Fully agree.
But it's not as hostile as others. And when we see about that,
Yeah, I think there's definitely one in here that I'm going to guess is in here that will be more hostile.
it's not that
It's
one.
not that one though. It's Aston Villa, but this is 10th.
That's underrated though.
It's an underrated derby, but it's 10th.
But again, it has to. We've got to follow the same rules that we did with Sunderland Newcastle and put it very low down because Birmingham, of course, are.
Birmingham have always been the team that's been lower than Villa. Villa you always
Yeah.
assume is about Premier League, whereas Birmingham was Championship
Yeah.
for a couple of years.
Birmingham won a trophy, did they?
But I think it was the League Cup.
Who was it? League Cup?
It was the League Cup, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know when that would have been, Jacob.
2010?
Is that what I say?
Who were they playing that game?
Who were they playing?
Yeah, Zigic scored. Well done.
Yeah, fair enough.
Obafemi Martin's last
very
minute.
good.
He reeled me in as well, to be fair.
Mix up Koscielny, mix up
Oh, what are they
Szczesny.
doing? It was outstanding.
Anyway, we know it's 10th. We think it's 10th.
It is 10th, but it's underrated. And I think it's because it's disappeared because
Yeah,
they're not
it
the
really
same league
has.
anymore. It's the same as Sunderland Newcastle, unfortunately.
Next up, Chelsea Spurs.
Battle of the Bridge. It's got some tasty games, but I think it is.
I think it's a
The
newer derby as
The
well.
Yeah.
tastiest game I can remember is obviously the one that Eden Hazard won the league for Leicester.
the Battle of the Bridge. That
Yeah,
one.
the one that Calum named.
The one I just said, yeah.
Fair enough.
I think 6 or 7 here. Probably 7 because
Seven,
it
yeah.
Definitely
feel like a
Doesn't
derby.
feel the same.
Yeah.
It's basically just 2 London clubs.
It's a rivalry, not a derby.
Yeah, they hate each other, but
Yeah.
So we've left with 2, 3 and 6.
Yep.
Up next is the Brighton v Park. Why is this anywhere near 6th place? Yeah, right 11 and put those 2 in it. But yes,
Jacob's actually wrote it down as 11, but
And whatever one we're left spare is Calum, Jacob, and Aaron versus Heggie.
no, we're gonna have to put it 6 here, aren't we?
No, I'm genuinely doing
No,
it.
we have to. We have to play the
we have
battle.
to play the game.
We have to do it. It's better than Chelsea Spurs. Say it here first.
None of us even knew what road it was. Aaron confidently said M62.
Which I've now realised is someone in the north, so it's like Manchester or something. There you go. Anyway,
I still don't know which one it is. He's wrote so many.
He
here.
said M23.
I thought it was
said
25.
No, I said 25, and
Ah.
he said 62.
I think it's M23.
Well, we have just let you know we have 2 and 3 left, so these better be Beezers.
These better be Beezers.
Where is Old Farm? There it is.
It's 2.
I'm happy with 2. It
It's
is
2.
the most hostile, and I think it is the best derby.
It's the best atmosphere.
It's the best derby.
When they're both
Not
on
the
it as well.
best.
It is the best rivalry in world football. It's the best derby. Obviously, it combines the 2 of them perfectly.
I actually
Fierce
think-
rivals, same city.
Yeah. Their cup games have been better than their league games in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
I think.
because they've meant more because it's always been semi-finals and finals.
Weirdly, like the league games have kind of been like Rangers had that year where they were excellent, and other years Celtic have been brilliant. Like they've easily won, whereas the cup games even
themselves.
You go for it. I
they've
feel
been
like
so much closer. Bar obviously Celtic one had an absolute pumping at Hampden, but like apart from that one, they're all really close to cup ones.
Yeah. No, it is top tier.
Yeah.
It is like
is.
the way people down in England talk about, have you ever been to like
Thing is as
I saw
well.
Crouch listening to it talking about it, it's like, have you ever been to a derby and all that kind of stuff. And the way he talks about it, it's like, it's
Thing
mental.
is, I've been to English Premier League games, and they think and people rate Goodison as really high, and maybe it is really high in the Premier League, but it's nothing
It's,
on this.
well, the difference is you guys are honestly like you want to kill each other.
Yeah.
Like for
That's the only reason Calum sits in the middle.
For they stop for 4 weekends a year. Our clubs want to absolutely murder each other.
It's everything in the news, everything.
Exactly.
And it is massive.
There is only 2 derbies I think in world football that get even remotely close: El Clasico and Boca River. And that's it.
And do we have that as number? We
We
don't.
don't. Man City United. You know what?
It's not third.
It's not. I don't think. It's
I
third.
think our list's a bit
skewed.
rubbish.
Yeah, I think the top 5 would be correct.
But
No, it wouldn't.
different.
City United is not top 5.
No, I mean, as in they would be in the. No, I think City United's not.
No,
I think
it's
Chelsea
not.
Spurs is a bigger derby. And I think
theirs is like
United is
derby.
bigger as well, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
City United's just weird again. They've
Yeah.
not been the same. They've City have been good since Man U.
Yeah, I think if you took City
United, if you'd asked us this in 2014, would have been like, wow. Because it had been a couple of years
I was
after
gonna say,
Aguero and stuff.
that crossover period when City were coming up, United were starting to
We
maybe
only
fall
had
off.
like 3 years of being the same level,
Yeah.
if that.
That's right, so I'll read the list for you. So we've got Villa, Birmingham in 10th. We have Newcastle, Sunderland in 9th.
Oh my god.
No, number 11 we have Calum, Jacob and myself against Heggie.
Yeah. In 8th we've got the Merseyside derby. In 7th we've got Chelsea Spurs. 6th we've got the Palace Brighton derby. That's
Not a
how you get
derby,
to
which is not.
North London derby in 5th. United Liverpool in 4th. City United in 3rd. Old Firm in 2nd. And of course El Clasico first. The only one for me there, the big one, is City United and Palace Brighton, and move them down the list, and I think everything shuffles up. And it's fine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
They're not. I don't think City United's 9th. I think
No.
it's
I
bigger
think
than
it's
Villa,
probably where
Birmingham.
Palace Brighton is.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, next list. Apparently, he's decided to do this
Give
again.
us more proof.
We're not even caring. We're
Yeah.
not looking.
We're not
We don't care. We didn't ask, Chief. Ratioed.
Okay, here we go. Our 3rd blind tier list. The penultimate one, isn't it?
No, we do.
I think there's 4.
Yeah,
so this is managers.
Okay.
So
Is there
again,
current? Is it all?
We don't
time?
know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Like, could Sir Alex be here?
do you know what would have been nice if you told it was current
It would
managers?
have been nice actually.
It would have been nice.
Really nice.
Really nice.
Heggie, we're calling you out on this one, by the way. Seriously
Yeah.
calling you out. But anyway, we'll start off.
So it's like putting played or plays with sort of thing in a
Don't-
YouTube
don't-
video.
Don't you start.
I was going to say, let's not spoil the video. First up, Ancelotti. Now, he's high, 100%.
He is very high up, but he's not in the top 3.
Really?
I think he's 4th or 5th.
I think he's surely top 3.
No, not for me. I know he's won
He's
a lot.
won everything.
Look at the way the Real Madrid fans, a lot of them don't even want him there.
But that's current.
he is-
This is their whole career.
I
It's
think
not
he-
current.
is he
It's
not
not
the
how
old-
Real Madrid are playing right this second.
Is he not the only manager who won everything in all top 5 leagues and he's won
Yeah,
every
yeah.
European trophy? So he is automatically.
And he's won the Champions
top
League.
Not won the
numerous
Conference
times.
League.
Oh, well done. He's won the Champions League numerous times as well.
I know.
I'm gonna be bold here.
I said 3.
I'm saying Ancelotti 2.
Nah.
Well, I want him 4, so let's go for 3 then.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll meet in the middle.
I think he is obviously very good.
Don Carlo.
I like that. I respect that.
Everton legend.
I think honestly, do you know what comes into it as well? I guess shouldn't come into it as much, but the way he plays football doesn't excite me.
You don't watch them day to day in the league. You only watch them in the big games
True,
where he gets results.
true.
He could easily, like, we now and again see Madrid have won 7-0 and we've not watched it. So I think that's slightly harsh.
I was
You're
gonna
seeing
say,
them just big games where they've
The amount of
played
times
to get
where
results.
the amount of times where Ancelotti's managed Real Madrid and they've looked dodgy, and then they've just gone out and put out results against Chelsea, Man City, when they were not expected they were going to get
That
ruined.
Champions League
And you know
win,
what? Yeah.
they played the best of the best teams their whole run.
Yeah. I know.
They put out the champions in like 3 countries.
He gets them playing. He's a top man manager.
Don Carlo.
He's very, very difficult to break down.
Superb manager.
We'll have him 3rd. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. He's there or thereabouts.
There you go. So next up we have the special ones.
I'd have had him
Jose
above
Mourinho.
I'd have had him above Ancelotti.
I'd have him below.
Yeah, I would have.
I'd have
Aye.
him.
I just like him.
Honestly,
Honestly.
better in England when we know him better.
Yeah, maybe that. And
I
I
like-
just
I
I like
like-
the character.
I like Mourinho more. I would rather meet him. If that comes into it. That's what it does.
Yeah. I love it. I love the little
He's-
video he did for Roma that as well, where he's just holding his book and he just
Yeah.
goes, "I am Jose Mourinho."
We don't know if it's all time or current, because if it was current,
He wouldn't be here.
Most of them are going to be current though, aren't they? Because they're all they've been
managers
much
keep
longer.
it,
Yeah. It's not,
Basically, I'm just talking about Sir Alex.
they're gonna have
Is Sir Alex going to be here or not?
No,
probably
he's
I
got
want
to be.
4.
Yeah?
Four
Yeah,
then.
I'm happy with that.
Mourinho 4.
Very
I'm
happy with that.
So Jose Mourinho goes in 4, just
Could
behind
be-
Ancelotti.
It's so tight.
It could be either or. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I wanted Ancelotti
Yeah.
4th.
Okay, here we go. Next up we have Arsene Wenger.
He's gonna get slipped in at 5th here, isn't he?
He's not going
Yeah.
top 2. 100%.
No, he's not top 2.
And I would edge.
Could he go?
I would edge Jose over him as well.
I wouldn't edge over. It's not even close. No, it's not close, but it's not edge.
But this is an Arsenal fan saying it. That's all that means.
Sir Alex's greatest rival.
I want him 5 though.
We've now found out Wenger's obviously retired, so that shows us that I pencil him in now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably could.
Right, next.
Guardiola, he's 2 for me.
He's 2, and I think give him a few years, he'll be 1. And by a few years, I mean 3 or 4, maybe 5.
You know how long he's now been at Man City?
Like 8 years, 9 years.
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah,
mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're proud of yourself for getting that.
Yeah. So Pep, easy number 2.
He is top tier. There's always the conversations about him and Klopp and stuff, and people saying, "Oh well, is Klopp pound for pound a better manager?" Well, like Pep's winning everything. It doesn't matter how much money he's got. He wins everything.
The only manager in the conversation with Pep, and I love Jurgen Klopp to bits, is Sir Alex Ferguson.
For me,
Sir Alex obviously didn't dominate Europe the way he should have, so it's hard to then use this as a stick to beat Pep. But he bottled some Champions League.
Pep's hardly
he had the
dominated
best.
Europe.
He had the best squad and should have won more than one Champions League.
I think that's
on which he got a quite favourable Champions League final.
He should have won more Champions Leagues with City alone.
I think that's maybe his slight flaw, is that I don't think his man management is quite as good as a Sir Alex, or even just getting the best out of a player, but his tactics are second. Oh no, or they're not second.
The only player
in fact they are second to none. They're so good.
There's only
what was I trying to say? I'm learning what the phrase means.
What does that mean?
The only player that I've ever seen compliment Pep on his man management is Erling Haaland.
Yeah, and he's the first. I remember when he came.
Pep's made a lot of players a lot better than they were.
Yeah, but they've never come out and constantly saying, "Oh, Pep Guardiola is a great man."
What I'm saying here, I'm not saying he's got bad man management. What I'm saying is compared to Sir Alex, who's the very, very best at it, he's not quite as good. And I think similarly, Sir Alex's tactics aren't as good as Pep's. Sir Alex didn't even take the training sessions. It was all his coaches. He didn't need to. He was the man.
He was the Don, essentially. Yes, like Carlo Ancelotti was. There you go.
Arteta.
I think recency bias kind of has put him in here.
Why is Heggie put him in? You know what? He's embarrassed me again.
Why
is he there?
Why are you wanting to put him?
He has to go down the bottom. Why is he
there?
Down
the bottom.
How low? Down the bottom.
It's going to be the very bottom.
I think he is.
He has to be.
He has to be because he's not done.
What's he putting him in here for?
No,
compared to all of these names. Well, again, we don't know who's.
It's not fair, is it?
It's not really.
It's not fair. I want to say I might have a wee cry here.
You might have a quick cry, but
sounds like Aaron from the YouTube.
Don't spoil it. There you go.
Why is
Moyes?
Well, to be fair, how much? Yeah, it's definitely 9. He's not. Between Moyes and Arteta, Moyes has done a lot. Just obviously won a European trophy. But his time at Everton for those 10 years.
Moyes schooled Arteta, and by that I mean he was his manager.
I think that's fair.
That's
not particularly, but I mean, you know what?
They're both experience does Arteta in on that one.
Moyes has won more than Arteta.
That's simple as, and that's what football's judged on.
Has he?
Has he?
He's won the same.
Has he?
Conference League, and now FA Cup. For Moyes, it's the Conference League. Arteta gets the FA
Moyes
Cup.
got done FA Cup.
Yeah, so you've got to get to Moyes. He's got the
European one. Well, you two were waffling. We do have Sir Alex Ferguson, and that's the easiest one.
Stick him in 8th next to his mates. No, get him number 1.
Stick him number 1.
So a manager that's played for Rangers being number 1.
It's really not. Why couldn't he have just managed us? I know he did for a little short while, but
he did.
He's never the proper Scotland manager. I think
he only really came in after Jock Stein kind of died.
So, what could he have done?
He did die, unfortunately.
Kinda died.
He cut.
Like half died.
I was going to say, it reminds me of that clip. He's only mostly dead.
I don't know that one.
I was going to say, I'm in charge of the edit, so I would put it in. Best of all time.
Yes,
best ever. Anyway, next up, Poch.
What's going on here?
Pochettino.
8.
Yeah, it's 8. He basically won League Guns, but then again, PSG could pretty much turn up in that league.
Did he not win the league 1 year?
Yeah, no, he did. Leo won it. Yeah, Leo won it.
So move him 10. Swap this list around the move.
Was it Leo? Yeah, it was Leo, and Leo. It was Emery that was in charge when Monaco won it.
So I think Poch is potentially 10th.
Potentially, yeah. Potentially.
There is no rule saying that we can't swap these out.
Look, we're happy with 8, 9 and 10.
Yeah.
How about for this? We've got 6 and 7 left. Do you want to predict who Heggie's gone for?
Okay. Simeone.
And Klopp.
Yep.
Yeah. I think so.
I think Simeone's coming first.
It's Klopp.
He's 6.
Oh, is he better than Simeone?
We don't know if it's Simeone, by the way.
Just let me put forward the point.
This could be Paul Heckenbottom. It could be.
Could be. So, if it's Simeone, I think Simeone above because of the fact he has won 2 leagues, 2 La Ligas, when Real Madrid and Barcelona have so much more money, better players, better everything. 2. If he'd finished second and split them up, that should have been an achievement.
Okay.
He is the highest paid manager ever.
What about what Klopp's done with Liverpool?
Klopp's
and of
won a
course with
Champions
Dortmund
League.
as well.
Brought the Premier League back to Liverpool.
At Dortmund, they then finished 7th, and at Liverpool,
Yeah.
they kind of fell apart a wee bit.
I mean, honestly, if Klopp goes 7th and Simeone comes up and he's 6th, I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's going to be Simeone here, and I've got a feeling he might have another stinker in there.
You know what? I'm going to say,
Okay.
for safety's sake, put Klopp 6.
I'd be happy with Klopp 6th, Simeone 7th, than I would be with Klopp 7th and
Paul Heggie.
someone random
Gary O'Neill.
6th. Yeah.
I think it's Simeone, but
If it is-
I see what you're saying.
If it is, I don't really mind him
Oh,
going
yeah,
7th.
it's not
It's
much.
not that big a deal.
Shall we have a look?
Yeah.
It's a... Oh, that's a sin.
So there's our 3-peat boy.
Yeah, Zidane. Yeah, he's higher than that.
Is he though?
Not really.
I think for longevity, he probably is 7th.
Seventh, yeah.
Because he has done way more than these. Just
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
away
yeah.
with the 3
Oh,
Champions
100%.
Leagues. But the way Klopp is,
Klopp, Wenger, aye.
I'm happy with Zidane.
I'm happy with 7th as well.
That's Wenger should have won
I'd
the
have been-
Champions League bar.
I'm going to be honest, I'd have been more annoyed with the Simeone going 7th.
They've all the top 7 have won a Champions League except Wenger.
Yeah, well, he did the Invincible, he got the gold trophy, so
Yeah.
who's really winning? Anyway, next one.
Should have won a
But
Champions
that's
League.
just a league. Ranieri won a league.
So?
Mate,
Well, Leicester.
by the way, here's another one for you. Heggie, again, we're going to have a go at you. Heggie thinks Ranieri is better than Klopp. So, there we go.
Have that.
Leave that one with you.
There you go. There's a random
Here's the
proof.
random
I
proof.
don't care. And then
And-
finally, we have midfielders.
So this is our final list. It is going to be midfielders, thanks Aaron.
Sorry for ruining your fun.
So-
Oh my goodness, who's the host? That's the question on everyone's lips.
But again, we don't have a clue if this is current, if it's Premier League, if it's
Oh, we don't even know
past,
the league,
we
man.
don't have a Scooby. He's just got midfielders for us. It could be SPFL ones. We don't know.
Jason Holt.
Calum McGregor, #1.
Here comes Todd Cantwell. It's Frank Lampard.
Slightly better than
Okay.
Todd Cantwell.
Okay.
Much better.
Now, has he gone all time? Is this Premier League?
So, what midfielders do you think are better than Lampard?
Xavi and Iniesta.
Xavi and Iniesta,
Modric.
Modric.
Gerrard.
Gerrard and De Bruyne and all are all in
De
that.
Bruyne.
way.
So, he is 100% we think top 5.
Yes. Fourth.
Do we... 4th?
Yeah, because even if it is Gerrard, Scholes and not De Bruyne and stuff, and it is Premier League,
That makes
it's-
sense.
I
It's
don't
better than Scholes.
potentially, but I don't hate it that much.
I was going to say,
I think...
But if it's the other guys, I don't mind Lampard's.
he's
like,
between 4th and 6th. He's between that sort of region, 4, 5 and 6 for me.
6th. Frank Lampard is not 6th.
I was going to say, he's
4.
5.
Aye.
Go 5 if
5
you
then,
want.
if you want.
I was going to put him 3rd or 2nd.
I want.
But
4.
we don't know what Heggie's got.
Yeah, we're trying to get
That's the
inside
thing.
Heggie's mind.
Lampard is still phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's still, exactly.
His goal scoring record speaks for itself.
So Lampard is number 4. Next up we have Toure. And we've had a note here from Heggie. Yaya had to clarify as Jacob thinks Colo is a DM.
And that's from an old YouTube video where I took him just so Calum couldn't have him at centre half, and it wound him up in a draft.
It wound me up in that draft. Then it was so funny that time that Aaron a couple of weeks ago decided to do the same thing and play Koulibaly left wing back. So
I did not do that. I did him centre back.
nah.
See if you're going off, bringing it back to this, a couple of things. One, Yaya Toure, great footballer.
Of course.
2, see if you go off a player's season. Lampard and Toure could potentially be 1 and 2.
yeah, but this is not that.
This is
No.
all time.
This is 2
I
he's
think-
7 or 8.
Yeah, but I don't think you go lower. I think
No,
it's
you don't go
phenomenal.
lower.
Eight then?
And I think you said 7 or 8, and then you went
8 then.
you
Eight.
went 8.
Yeah.
I think it's 8.
7.
I think it's 8.
Yeah, I did that a weird way.
Yeah,
You've done a really...
it's just because I don't know what's happening here. I don't know. I honestly am lost.
Head's gone.
What is Heggie doing to us?
Okay, so anyway, we'll find out what he's doing to us when we get the next name on the list. It is Luka Modric. Yeah, I'm happy enough with this. 3.
So you say 3, Cal?
I have no idea. 1, 2 or 3.
I don't think he's the best ever.
Can we quickly talk about Xavi and Iniesta and how you compare them to those two?
I think he's.
Better than Xavi,
Yeah.
worse than Iniesta.
I don't know if he's worse than Iniesta now though.
I know. It's the longevity now of what he keeps doing.
And like it's not just playing for Madrid at the top. When they battered Liverpool at Anfield, it was him that took the ball, ran past that wee Bajetic, and then played them through.
Yeah, there's another one.
And then
I'm
what he's
remembering.
doing at Croatia as well.
Zidane.
Is Zidane?
He's gonna have it's midfielders. He might have Zidane in there as well.
I was going to say, and also think of what he's...
5th.
I think safe for 2. What? Zidane 5th?
Yeah.
What?
I think he's overrated because of how good he was in for his country.
He was also the best player in the world for Real Madrid.
I think Zidane's. overrated by some.
Are you going? It's the longevity of what Modric is doing. Do you want Modric 1?
No, I'll take.
I'm not too bothered.
I'm happy with.
Well, who would you take over Modric? You don't think you would take anyone, and I don't think I would really. Maybe Zidane, maybe Iniesta.
I wouldn't take Zidane.
I don't know.
I was going to say.
What do you think, Aaron?
I think Modric is free. I think there are two names you can put him.
Right, if he thinks 3 and I think 1, 2 or 3, you think probably 1. I think 2 then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go 2 here.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Our logic there.
I don't think he's the greatest of all time. That's just...
Let's also notice that he also did play in the Premier League, and it's only Premier League players that have gone. Again, Heggie, it's slightly in our heads a wee bit.
But if it's off what he'd done in the Prem, he's 10.
But we don't know that. We don't know that yet.
He played for Spurs, like in the peak banter era.
Yeah. Well, let's go for number 4. Here we
Iniesta.
go. We love to see that. There's Iniesta.
I mean,
Do you know what? You don't seem to be a fan of Zidane here.
No, I'm
so
not.
you want? He's going to have to go 1.
I think 1.
He's going to have to go 1 if you're not a fan of Zidane.
Iniesta, best midfielder ever. Fine.
I'm alright with it.
He could. I don't know.
I'm fine with that.
He could play as a 6, 8, 10 or a winger.
Yeah, I'm happy with Modric.
Yeah,
Iniesta.
Iniesta 1.
Yeah.
Iniesta 1.
He's still playing as well.
Exactly. Still
Couldn't
going.
tell you that a game of last time I saw him play football though. I think it was for Barca.
It was for Vissel Kobe. He played for Vissel Kobe.
We know that.
I said the last time I watched him play.
Hold on.
Did you watch?
Did you watch it?
I was going to say they put Kyogo's last game up before.
I can't believe you said this.
I was going to say I'm going to.
I sat there watching Vissel Kobe.
I'm going to watch the player.
Did he play that day?
He did play that day.
How good was he?
He was like 35,
give it 3.
He's 1.
No, he's number 1. We'll have it.
Iniesta. Next up is Andre Pirlo.
Oh, 5 or 6.
5, sure.
5.
I think so.
I think 5.
But what if you still have Xavi, De Bruyne, Gerrard?
I'm happy with Pirlo ahead of some of the English boys, the Premier League boys. I think if Lampard's going to head him, that's okay. But
Pirlo is the ultimate
Gerrard.
orchestrator.
Busquets as well as above
Busquets,
Pirlo.
yeah. And Zidane's probably going to come up here, isn't it? As well?
I think he's.
Yeah,
I don't think he's 5. I think 6 or 7.
Does anyone else
I'm
now-
happy with him 6 though because he's phenomenal.
Anyone else now think the Aya's too high at 8?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Way too high.
Right, okay, so where do we
Where do we put him?
pop him, Andre
Where do you take
Pirlo?
him?
6 or 7.
I was going
Oh,
to say
6? 6. Go for 6 then. I don't want 7.
I'd have put 5, but
I probably possibly would have, but I think 6. That's
okay.
fine.
So 6 is fine. We're going for 6. Next up is Xavi.
Give me 3.
Okay, I was going to say I would have him 5 and put Zidane 3, but
We don't know if he's there.
we don't
Might
know if
not
he's there. But again,
Because
if
Zidane's yeah.
Well, they can't blame us if we get to Zidane and we've got nothing left and it's only 10. Like, well, that's not our fault.
No,
We
it's
all
not
know
our
it's Heggie's.
it's the person that's made this video's fault, and it's Heggie. You know what? I'll shake hands on that.
Really
Triple handshake,
I
yeah,
can't
you
believe how much you made such a big thing of, a big point of.
And then he decides to go to work.
Yeah.
And then he needs to kind of work on the priorities.
I love that.
He will be fizzing watching this right now, and you know what? I'm all for it.
I'm all for it. It's his fault for putting us through this list.
I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it, to be fair.
Stevie Gerrard. Close.
7. Or 8. Or
What do you mean 8?
No, 7 or 5.
He's 7.
5 or 7.
It's because 5. I think there's others that could still go ahead.
How many?
Zidane could and should. Busquets possibly. That's about it.
He's 7.
That's such a weird comparison,
Nah,
Gerrard
it's-
to Busquets.
It
Isn't it?
is, yeah.
Which is funny.
Then there's De Bruyne as
Who do
well.
you think you're more likely to tackle?
Gerrard.
If you're in
Oh no, he would crunch me though.
He'd kill you.
if you're in a centre circle and Busquets and Gerrard have the ball, who do you think you tackle first?
Gerrard.
If I was timing you.
genuinely,
I love how you're saying that.
I mean, I would get neither of them.
I love how you're saying that and glossing over the fact that he gets sent off in the Merseyside derby, or not against Merseyside, against Man United after 30 seconds for a crunching tackle.
What on earth that got to do with this?
He's got the ball. Calum's getting it off there.
Aye.
Okay.
What do you think? You can have a vote. So we get 5, 7, 9 and 10 by the
I'm
way.
going 7. I would put Pirlo
He was
above
with
Gerrard.
Dross.
Yeah.
People need to look back at some of those Liverpool teams and where the players ended up.
He was
or
also
stuff
with
like-
England's golden generation and won nothing.
Yeah, that's because
So was Lampard though.
Exactly, and we're rating him at 4.
I think it's outrageous having Lampard 4, Gerrard 5th, and they just didn't do anything together. Yeah, I get him 7th. He's also English. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. He's English.
He's right.
Screw him. I mean, he was good, but for the purpose of this video,
he's
he's
not
not.
an Etifac. He's a
Aye.
He's not. His club's not even been bought by this public investment fund, so that's how much of a scrub his club is. Anyway, Sergio Busquets.
I'm happy with 5.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Happy with 5.
Yeah.
I don't care about Zidane
Yeah.
anymore. I'm giving it to
I love
Zidane.
it. I'm
You know
happy.
what? We don't care about the
We're
actual list
really happy
anymore.
with Sergio.
Don't care about the list.
We love Sergio on this channel.
Yeah.
We do love Sergio.
But he's such a rat.
Sergio Busquets.
He's actually more probably. He's out of this 8. He is the biggest rat.
Possibly, yeah.
I was going to say,
Vieira's probably close second.
I cannot wait for Zidane and De Bruyne to be.
I think it's going to be.
If it's De Bruyne and Zidane, we look really
It could
bad.
be. Could Heggie also be really bad and go Rodri or a Casemiro even?
No, that's easy.
I know.
He's 10.
That's what I'm hoping for
No,
here
he's
because they're
De
too.
Bruyne's one.
No, he's not. De Bruyne's one
De
of them. I
Bruyne's
think
the one.
Zidane's the other.
Yaya's far too high.
Oh! You know what? I'm only annoyed about one
above
split.
Yaya.
Yeah, only above Yaya.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think Vieira's 9.
And we're now
You
based.
know what? Fair play, Heggie.
Watch us
Yeah,
be Zidane. It's going to be Zidane. Actually, you know what? Before we...
What would you vote? I think De Bruyne.
Look, I think De Bruyne as well. And by the way, just to let you know, Vieira has gone in 9th, just behind Yaya too.
Yeah, fair enough. Just in case you don't want to wear that. I'm going to go for Zidane. So, De Bruyne,
Mine's
Zidane.
De Bruyne. Yeah.
It's...
Oh, Scholes!
That's even better. He was the worst one out. He was the worst one out of the
Do you know what?
England golden
Scholes
generation.
is probably 8th. Vieira 9th.
Yeah, that's it. That's probably it. Realistically,
I actually don't know what I would change about this list now.
No, I like it. Give it.
I think Lampard and Gerrard. Right, okay, I'll read it out. Scholes in 10th. We've got Vieira in 9th. We've got Yaya Toure in 8th. Gerrard in 7th. Pirlo in 6th. Sergio Busquets in 5th. Frank Lampard in 4th. Xavi in 3rd. Modric in 2nd. And Iniesta in 1st. For me, quickly, I think Lampard maybe comes down a bit. He needs to be closer to Gerrard. I think Gerrard over Lampard.
I think the issue was. I think
Yaya
Gerrard over
Toure.
Lampard as well.
Yaya Toure's at the bottom. And Scholes and Vieira need to move up past Yaya.
that's the only thing I would change about that list.
Yeah.
That was the only thing
I think we've done well.
Front
I
three's-
think that's the best we've done.
Front three's perfect, and then Busquets and Pirlo just after. I think it's Lampard.
Was this our third or was this
Yeah,
our fourth
exactly.
list?
I was going to
This is
say.
tough. That's
Yeah.
fourth.
So anyway, is obviously he's talking about random order proof. We don't care. We didn't ask.
That's us done.
And that is it. That is our 4 tier list.
You happy, Calum?
Fairly happy. Yaya Toure, what's he doing there, man?
Just think of the season where he scored 20 goals.
Yeah, fair
And,
enough.
That's all you need to think.
Four were
Also,
like unreal free
Scholes,
kicks.
Scholes nibbles on his daughter's feet, so like,
There should be
really, he should be on the list.
Yeah, exactly. There should be an 11 on this list where he is, and then you put Zidane.
Aye. So happy, you know.
Happy enough.
So if you guys have enjoyed our list, I hope you have. Make sure you're actually commenting your list on YouTube. Make sure you're leaving a like, subscribing. Also checking out the guys, Toffskis and Lunch Glasgow would be great. Of course, comment any ideas you could do for us as well. Comment the Heggie's a rat, because we will be.
Send all hate mail to flatchatbusiness@gmail.com and mark Heggie name on it so you can read it.
Please do. And of course, as always,
Take it easy.